The wind sweeps across the Heartland ranch, carrying memories of laughter, love, and heartbreak. After years away, Ty is finally back. But the question hangs in the air, can Amy find it in her heart to forgive him? Every step he takes toward the ranch is heavy with the weight of the past, and every glance she casts his way is filled with hesitation. This isn't just a homecoming, it's a test of love, trust, and second chances. Ty's arrival at Heartland isn't quiet or easy. As he drives down the familiar dirt road, the landscape stirs old memories. Every tree, every fence, every barn carries a piece of his past. Even from a distance, the ranch seems unchanged, almost waiting for him, yet everything feels different. The horses graze quietly, unaware of the emotional storm brewing just beyond the gates. Ty steps out of his truck, taking a deep breath. There's a mixture of excitement, fear, and regret in his eyes. His boots crunch against the gravel as he walks toward the farmhouse, each step slower than the last, as if he's trying to prepare himself for the moment he's dreaded and longed for at the same time. The air around the ranch smells of hay and fresh earth, grounding him in a reality he once knew but hasn't fully felt in years. Flashbacks quietly fill the mind, laughter with Amy, late-night talks in the barn, and quiet rides through the rolling fields. These memories aren't just reminders, they are a mirror reflecting how much he has changed and how much he's lost. Ty pauses at the barn door, touching the wood as if trying to connect with the countless moments that happened here, moments he wasn't always part of. The camera pans slowly over his hands, the worn leather of his jacket, and the small bag slung over his shoulder, emphasizing that this is more than just a physical return, it's an emotional one. Ty notices familiar spots that have stayed the same, yet the absence of certain faces weighs heavily on him. He sees Georgie in the distance, helping around the stables, and his heart tightens. He wants to rush toward everyone, to explain, to apologize, but the fear of rejection pins him in place. The ranch, though silent, seems alive with anticipation, almost as if it's aware of the tension in the air. Every creak of the barn doors, every rustle of hay, adds to the feeling that this moment is pivotal. As he walks further, he finally spots Amy in the distance. She's tending to the horses, unaware he's back. For a moment, he just watches, letting the emotions flood over him, regret, longing, and hope all at once. His hands clench and unclench, and he wonders if years of distance and pain have built a wall too high to climb. The camera lingers on Ty's face from behind, faceless but full of emotion, showing viewers the struggle inside him. He takes a slow step forward, each movement deliberate, and the music swells, an emotional mix of tension and hope, signaling that this is the beginning of a journey that will test not only his courage but also Amy's heart. Ty's return sets the stage for everything that follows. This is not just a moment of reunion, it's the opening of a new chapter in Heartland, filled with love, forgiveness, and the undeniable pull of home. Every scene, every glance, and every step carries the weight of years apart, and viewers are drawn in, waiting to see if the bonds that once tied them together can withstand the pain of the past and the uncertainty of the future. The ranch feels unusually quiet that morning. Amy moves through the stables with practiced ease, but there's a tension in her shoulders she can't shake. The smell of hay and horses usually brings comfort, yet today it feels heavier, as if every familiar corner holds a memory she's trying to bury. Her mind drifts to the past, the laughter, the late-night rides, the promises whispered under the open sky. And then there's Ty. The thought of him returning sends a shiver through her, a mix of longing and fear she can't ignore. Amy pauses mid-step, her hands brushing over the horse's mane. She looks out toward the driveway, instinctively sensing something different. There's a weight in the air, a presence she can't quite name. She hesitates, a knot forming in her stomach. The years apart, the distance, the misunderstandings, they all come rushing back in an instant. She wonders if her heart is ready to face him again, if the walls she's built around her emotions are strong enough to keep her safe, or if they'll crumble the moment she sees him. Her eyes catch movement in the distance, a shadowed figure walking slowly toward the barn. For a fleeting moment, she doubts herself, hoping it's just her imagination. But then she sees the familiar gait, the way the person moves, the subtle confidence mixed with uncertainty. Her breath catches. Amy steps back instinctively, her mind racing. Memories of hurt and love collide inside her. She recalls every argument, every silent night, every time she wished she had stayed. The ranch, the horses, even the wind seems to echo her turmoil. Amy's inner conflict grows with each step Ty takes closer. Part of her longs to run to him, to forgive, to embrace the man she once loved. Another part is guarded, afraid of being hurt again. She grips the railing of the barn, her knuckles white, as if holding onto something tangible can steady her emotions. Every familiar sound, the creak of a gate, the whinny of a horse, the distant call of the wind feels amplified, marking the moments she must decide what her heart will do. Even faceless, Amy's struggle is palpable. Viewers see her silhouette against the morning light, hands hovering over the stable door, eyes fixed on the approaching figure. The camera lingers on small details, her hand brushing a stray lock of hair from her face, the tight clench of her jaw, the quiet intake of breath. Every movement tells a story of fear, longing, and unresolved pain. The music underscores her turmoil, soft strings mingled with a subtle tension, capturing the emotional push and pull between past love and present. Caution. As Ty comes into clearer view, Amy takes a slow step back, wrestling with her emotions. Forgiveness feels distant, but the spark of hope remains hidden beneath layers of hurt. The ranch, a symbol of stability and family, now also mirrors her uncertainty. The viewers are drawn in, feeling her struggle as deeply as if they were walking beside her. In this moment, the stage is set for a reunion that is as delicate as it is inevitable, a test of courage, trust, and the enduring power of love. At Heartland, the air between them feels heavier than the weight of years apart. Ty finally steps into the clearing near the barn, his eyes fixed on Amy, yet cautious, unsure how close he can get. Every step echoes on the gravel, a quiet drumbeat of anticipation. Amy senses him before he speaks, a subtle shift in the breeze, the faint sound of boots on the earth, and her heart jumps, caught between hope and fear. She doesn't turn immediately. Part of her wants to freeze in time, to savor this moment without confronting it, while another part screams to face the truth, to see if the love they once shared can survive this tension. As Ty stops a few feet away, the space between them feels endless. Neither speaks, yet the silence is loud, filled with the unspoken words of years gone by. Their eyes meet, even if only for a fleeting glance, and a flood of memories crashes over them. Late night rides under starlit skies, whispered confessions, small gestures of care, all replay like a film in their minds. For a moment, the past feels alive, tangible, almost within reach. But then the weight of absence, of missteps and misunderstandings, reminds them of how fragile this reunion really is. Amy finally turns to face him fully, though still at a distance. The camera focuses on subtle, faceless details, the tilt of her head, the tension in her shoulders, the hands slightly trembling at her sides. Ty's posture mirrors hers, cautious, respectful, full of unspoken regret. He wants to close the gap, to reach for her hand, to speak the words he's held inside for so long, but fear keeps him still. Every second stretches, the tension almost unbearable. The ranch, usually a place of peace and routine, now becomes a stage for raw emotion, where every glance and gesture is magnified. The wind stirs, rustling hay and loose papers, carrying with it a sense of movement, of change. Ty takes a tentative step forward. Amy shifts slightly back, but not completely away, a subtle sign that part of her heart still wants this connection. Their reunion isn't immediate or dramatic in the usual way. It's slow, careful, fragile. The camera captures this facelessly, the way they both hesitate, the distance that still separates them, and the electric pull that neither can deny. The music swells softly, tense yet hopeful, mirroring the emotional tightrope they walk. In this moment, viewers feel the power of unspoken emotion. It's not just a reunion, it's a delicate negotiation of trust, love, and vulnerability. The audience senses that the next move could either bring them together or push them further apart. Ty's hand twitches slightly, as if reaching for Amy, and she flinches not out of rejection, but out of fear and longing intertwined. Every detail, footsteps, glances, posture is amplified, showing that some of the strongest drama doesn't come from words but from the quiet, fragile moments between two people who love each other and have been apart too long. The reunion sets the emotional heartbeat for the season. It's messy, beautiful, and real, reminding viewers that in Heartland, love is rarely simple, but it's always worth fighting for. Every lingering look and hesitant step carries the weight of their history and the possibility of a future still unwritten. The ranch feels alive again, but not with the usual clatter of daily work. It hums with anticipation and quiet tension. The community's perspective adds depth to the reunion. From behind the barn, viewers see faceless silhouettes moving toward the clearing, drawn by instinct and concern. Their presence reminds Amy and Ty that love at Heartland is never isolated. It is shared, witnessed, and supported by those who care most. The music softens here, gentle and melodic, underscoring the warmth of connection despite the lingering tension. Every character contributes to this emotional mosaic, whether it's through subtle nods, hesitant steps closer, or quiet murmurs of encouragement. Amy's eyes meet Ty's again, and this time, the environment itself seems to respond. A horse lifts its head and whinnies softly. A gentle breeze sweeps across the fields, and the sunlight catches the edges of the barn, casting long, hopeful shadows. These small, faceless details signal a shift. The ranch itself welcomes the possibility of reconciliation. Ty's shoulders relax just a fraction, sensing that forgiveness might not be impossible. Amy's stance softens, though caution still lingers, showing the slow dance of emotion between two hearts trying to reconnect. Faceless visuals enhance the emotional storytelling. Hands brushing against wooden posts, boots shifting on gravel, the sway of horsetails, and fleeting glimpses of supportive friends all create a tapestry of subtle but powerful reactions. These details show that love and forgiveness are rarely instantaneous. They build slowly, influenced by community, memory, and shared history. Amy's conflicted gaze eventually shifts toward the supportive presence of the ranch family, hinting that she isn't alone in navigating her feelings. Ty, too, finds courage in the silent encouragement around him, realizing that his homecoming is not just a personal journey, it is shared by everyone who calls Heartland home. By the end of this section, the tension begins to soften, giving way to hope. The faceless storytelling shows that every reunion is layered not just between two people, but within a community that nurtures and witnesses love. The subtle nods of Georgie, the quiet smiles of Jack, and Lou's approving stance convey that Ty's return is more than a moment. It is a catalyst for healing, connection, and the reaffirmation of what Heartland has always been about: family, forgiveness, and second chances. The scene fades on Amy and Ty's tentative glance, leaving viewers suspended between uncertainty and hope, eager for the next chapter of their journey. As the sun dips lower over the Heartland ranch, the warm glow of evening casts long shadows across the fields. Ty and Amy stand a little closer now, the tension between them softened but not gone. There's a quiet electricity in the air, the kind that whispers of unfinished conversations, unspoken apologies, and choices yet to be made. Every glance carries the weight of history. Every breath feels like a bridge between the past and what might come. But the resolution is not here, not yet. The ranch, alive with familiar sights and sounds, reminds viewers that life at Heartland is always in motion, full of surprises and challenges waiting just beyond the horizon. The camera shifts subtly to the wider ranch, faceless silhouettes of Georgie, Jack, Lou, and other beloved characters moving in the background, their presence grounding the scene in the safety of community. Even in the stillness, the environment hums with life. A horse snorts softly, the wind rustles through the leaves, and the faint creak of a gate signals movement, hinting that new stories are stirring. These small details, barely noticed but deeply felt, create a sense of anticipation, letting viewers know that Heartland is ready to embrace change, Yet nothing is simple or predictable. Ty glances toward the horizon, his posture a mixture of hope and uncertainty. Amy, watching him, feels the same mixed relief, fear, and the fragile spark of trust slowly returning. Yet, the audience senses that their journey is only beginning. The past cannot be undone, and forgiveness, while possible, will take time. Faceless close-ups, hands brushing over fences, boots shifting in the dust, the gentle sway of a horse's mane carry the emotion without a word spoken, allowing viewers to feel the intensity of the moment without seeing every face. Music swells softly, dramatic yet hopeful, emphasizing that the story is far from over. Just as a sense of calm settles, a subtle hint of tension creeps in. Perhaps it's a shadow moving near the barn, a distant voice calling out, or a sudden flicker of worry in Amy's posture. These small narrative breadcrumbs signal that the piece is fragile. Heartland's world, full of love and family, also contains challenges, surprises, and secrets waiting to surface. The episode closes on a lingering shot of Ty and Amy, standing close but separated by the unspoken, the camera slowly pulling back to reveal the ranch bathed in sunset light. The final voiceover leaves the audience with a question that hangs in the air. Can love truly heal the past, or will old wounds keep them apart? This ending teases the rest of season 20 without giving away answers, leaving fans eager for the next episode. The combination of faceless visuals, subtle environmental cues, and emotionally charged narration ensures that viewers are emotionally invested and ready to return for the unfolding story. The ranch is more than a backdrop, it's a living character, holding their memories, conflicts, and the promise of new beginnings. Even after the tentative reunion, a quiet tension lingers over Heartland. Ty and Amy may be standing closer, but the past isn't so easily forgiven. Small, faceless details, hands fidgeting with a saddle, a loose braid catching the sunlight, boots pausing mid-step signal that both of them are still holding back, aware of the fragility of this moment. The ranch itself seems to sense it too. The horses shift uneasily, the wind carries whispers through the trees, and the barns echo with memories that cannot be erased. Every element in the frame subtly reinforces that love and forgiveness are only part of a larger story yet to unfold. Ty's eyes linger on Amy, and though he longs to speak, he hesitates. What he doesn't know are the quiet challenges that have awaited him in his absence. Repairs at the ranch, community tensions, and personal struggles all hint that his homecoming is just the beginning, not the resolution. Faceless visuals, shadowed figures moving in the background, horses pawing at the ground, the sway of hay bales create a sense that life at Heartland is a living, breathing story, full of unexpected twists. Viewers sense that every quiet moment between Ty and Amy carries the weight of choices, secrets, and consequences. Amy, too, is caught between hope and caution. She wants to believe in second chances, but the years apart have left their mark. Faceless cues, her hand hovering over the fence, a hesitant glance toward the house, a subtle shift in posture show her internal struggle. Meanwhile, other characters, Georgie, Jack, Lou, move silently in the background, each playing a role in the unseen web of support and influence that will shape Ty and Amy's journey. These small but meaningful interactions hint that the season's drama will extend beyond romance, weaving family, community, and unexpected challenges into the narrative. The final shots of this section linger on symbolic elements. The sun dipping low behind the hills, shadows stretching across the barn, and a distant horse's whinny breaking the silence. The voiceover poses a question that resonates with viewers. Home is more than a place, it's where hearts are tested, secrets are revealed, and every choice matters. Will Ty and Amy find a way back to each other, or will the past keep pulling them apart? The combination of faceless imagery, lingering suspense, and emotional weight ensures viewers are invested in what's to come, ready for season 20 to explore the depths of love, forgiveness, and the unpredictable journey of life at Heartland. Twilight settles over the Heartland Ranch, casting long shadows across the fields and barns. Ty and Amy stand just far enough apart that the space between them feels charged, filled with everything unsaid. The world around them seems to pause, the horses grazing quietly, the wind brushing through the trees, and the distant hills glowing in fading sunlight. This is more than a reunion. It's a moment that tests hearts, trust, and the fragile possibility of second chances. Faceless camera angles capture their emotions through posture, gestures, and subtle movements, the slight tremble of a hand, a hesitant step closer, a lingering glance toward the other, showing viewers the tension without needing words. As Ty finally takes a careful step forward, Amy's reaction is equally telling. Her body language conveys hope mixed with fear, longing mixed with hesitation. It's a delicate dance of emotion, highlighting that forgiveness isn't immediate, it must be earned and navigated with care. Faceless visuals, her silhouette against the golden sunset, his shadow stretching toward her, amplify the emotional gravity. The audience feels the intensity. Every heartbeat, every breath, every glance carries years of history and unspoken words. Meanwhile, the rest of the Heartland community observes quietly from a distance. Georgie adjusts a gate, Jack pauses mid-task, and Lou's silhouette hints at silent support. Their presence underscores the central theme of Heartland. Love, family, and forgiveness never exist in isolation. These faceless reactions subtly reinforce that every choice Ty and Amy make affects the larger Heartland family. The music swells softly, blending tension and warmth, signaling that while tonight's moment is powerful, the story is far from over. The final frames linger on the ranch bathed in twilight, Ty and Amy just visible against the horizon.